Hey guys, Vlad here. Sorry I didn't post earlier. I really wanted to get this done, but my friend needed help, so I've been helping him out this whole week. And plus, I've had my kids have appointments and stuff. That's neither here nor there. I guess I'm not gonna call it a prediction. This is more of a ban list wish list. Because of course it's a prediction, but this is basic. Everybody is pretty biased whenever they look at the ban list, and I watched a lot of YouTuber videos, and I'm looking at what could be fine to where it doesn't change the game or neuter any decks to the point where you can't use them anymore, and to stop people from complaining about dragons and whatnot. But this is just what I think wouldn't they could do that wouldn't be too big of a problem, and it would help equalize the playing field for a lot of people. So let's get into it. For my band cards, I have Return from the Different Dimension. I can see why everyone says this is really good. Um, I wouldn't, it wouldn't be banned. I don't think it would be banned if Dragon Rulers get hit really bad, but still, it's too good of a card. Half your life points really isn't that much, especially late game. And I've played against Dragon Ruler players that made a lot of mistakes and really aren't that good, and they won just because they drew this in their second hand, their second draw. So yeah, this card does need to go away. There's a lot of decks that can use it very well, and I just think it goes away. And that's it for my banned cards. I think everything else is fine. Um, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about 6 cents? It is a broken card, but I think Konami is going to try to make their money off of it a little bit more. If they do ban it, it won't surprise me, but I can see why they wouldn't. Um, and then for the limit it to one, I have Harpy Hunting Ground, Rekindling, and I don't have one, but Madolche Knights, because it's just like Return from a Different Dimension. Only thing is, it's from the graveyard. Harpy Hunting Ground, yeah, it can get stopped by MST, which is just which kind of makes it not as good, but it is a game-winning card. Rekindling, because every deck can use it, and it should have been banned a long time ago, and I don't know why Konami's not banning it. I think they just wanted to make their money off of everything else. And then Madolche Knights is just the same thing. Only thing it special summons from your hand. Um, I'm not. I've been playing against a Madolche player, really good Madolche player. He really waits for the right time to do it, and it's pretty devastating. A lot of times, the only reason why he won is because he dropped that card. And I realize a lot of Madolche decks don't use it, but I think these cards are just not healthy for the game at any more than one. Honestly, all three of them can get banned, but um, if they just put it down to one for each, then that's no problem. Um, I think that's all I got for one. Um, oh no, I do have one more. I do have two more. Um, Fire Fist tanking, it adds too much of everything. Constellars, they're kind of annoying right now, and not just for my deck, for a lot of decks. And it's cool that they have a Rhoda, but do they really need two? I mean, they already use return reinforcement of the army to get their cat their it's not caster, is it? It's whichever one, the warrior, and then they use this, and then they have another one. I mean, I know you can only use them once per turn, but I think that this needs to go down to one. It makes Fire Fist and Concellers way too consistent. And then sword, Scrolled Sword of the Seven Star. It really should be banned. This was the other card that I was going to say should be banned, but it only works if you ban level 7s. So I think if you put it at 1 with Dragon Rulers, it'll cut down their consistency really good. Um, You know, a lot of people are saying it is a broken card. A lot of people, you know, there's I've been looking at what people are saying about this card and how it's so broken in Dragon Rulers. But the thing that people got to remember is that whenever you activate it, you're losing an element to add the same element to your hand. So it, you know, with if you're adding a Debris Dragon or a Flame Veil Guard or something, that's fine, but which makes it broken. But half the time you're just adding another copy of one of the Dragon Rulers, so it just makes it kind of useless in your hand. So those are my one ofs. That I could see going away. And then for two, I think that if every single one of the Dragon Rulers um, go down to two, it will. You could still run it in a deck, but it wouldn't be a super good deck. You know, it could probably still top, and maybe even win a couple regionals, and maybe even win a YCS. But it'll this will make if you know this with putting this at one will make people either not play it and only a skilled player would play it, or you know people would just tech it in the deck. You know, mermills need to die with fire and everything. Mermills are really an annoying deck. Oh yeah, and by the way, I have to go back on that because I don't actually own one. But yeah, just these for two. But I think mermill, what is it, Abyss Sphere, that should go down to one or be banned too, one or the other, because it makes the deck a little. I mean, if you can lead the deck with all its boss monsters, but Mermill, Abyss Sphere, if that went down to one or is banned, I don't have a problem with that deck anymore. You can bring Tribe Infecting Virus back for all I care, but it's that stupid trap card that lets them net all the advantage. And then for the other two ofs is I think Blackwing players could probably get Gales back. I know people who have been following my videos know that I play Gale myself, and yeah, it is a good card. But see, Blackwing players they they don't do anything, and you could probably put this up, and it probably wouldn't be too bad for the game. The game's fast enough, so it wouldn't matter unless they really neuter a lot of decks. Then it'll kill them. It'll make them really good. And then, of course, like I said, I'm not going to be biased, so I'm going to put my hysteric sign at two. Yeah, you know, it is a if you get your opponent to MST it, it is basically a +2, possibly a +3. But anyone who plays regular Harpies knows that there's not very much good stuff to add in the deck, and your plays are really limited to level fours, rank fours, and rank sevens. So, you know, it could stay at three. I think it could stay at three, but for the sake of not being biased, if it went down to two, it'd be five. But if it went down to one or was banned, I think that would be stupid. And for the last of my two ofs, that not last, but Kirkion and Zombre, those can go down to two because they just net too much advantage for one card. Um, it's really annoying whenever it happens. You know, you clear, you know, the decks are annoying enough, but whenever you barely clear their field and then they just go, oh, I drew this card, or I had this card in my hand. So yeah, Kirkion and Zombre, those can go, and then I don't have a Bestiary, but I think Bestiary can go to two, and not have too much of an impact on the game. And for the back to threes, I don't think there's a single card that I would let get back to three. Everything's kind of good. Like everything's really good right now, and there's a lot of one of traps that really kind of equal out the game. Help us, and it helps. You know, it helps make the game a little bit more equal and makes people think outside the box. So I think everything else is pretty much good where it's at. Um, Stratos, I know hero players want Stratos to come back. If it came back, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think it could just stay gone because heroes really thrive in a stun format, and yeah, that card should have been gone a long time ago. And Konami's not going to make any more hero stuff that's going to be any good. So why even try to keep the deck alive? So that's my wish list. If you guys don't agree, comment whatever. If you agree, comment. If not, you know, whatever. But signing out, guys. I'll see you next time.